What's up, guys? Going into my second game against real people on Gorgon. I'm gonna go ahead and take damage this time. I think my main issue with Gorgon right now is I'm not exactly sure how to get damage onto targets correctly. It's much different, very different from other monsters, because Gorgon's way less bursty. Yeah, she has Mimic that is bursty, but you can't really be like right up in the face of a hunter and use Mimic. So Mimic is more of like an initiation into a fight, and I'm not a huge fan of it as of right now. Maybe I just don't know how to use it, but I want to try to get the other three abilities to the point where I can get down penalties with them. So I'm going to practice a few more things. I'll probably try out Mimic again this game, because this is my first game against silver opponents, and I want to see if it's as bad as I think it's going to be. I know against the bronzes, when I used Mimic in the face of them, like it just died before I was even able to move it, really. So I'll try to use it around some corners and see if I'm even able to hit, but I'm not a huge fan of it because you want to get up like right next to someone to deal damage. I guess Gorgon can kind of be played as a little bit more ranged focused. I just don't know if she'll have enough damage to down people without having a couple of melee attacks, at least. I don't know, I have a lot of practice to do with this monster. It's a lot different from the other ones, so it's going to take quite a bit of time for me to get good with it. Alright, so on rendering plant, I'm going to go ahead and grab the free couple meats here. It's also a little bit hard to pinpoint your movement. Like Goliath, when you hit S when you're leaping, it's pretty easy to land where you want to. Whereas when you hit S with this, it doesn't really seem to stop your momentum at all. Maybe it does, but it's a little harder to land exactly where you want to. But maybe I'm just not good with it yet. Maybe it needs a little bit more practice. Alright, so Web does kill those in one shot. I'm still learning how much damage each ability does. I think this is the only monster that doesn't scale damage with stage ups. Or maybe they all got changed that way. I don't remember. I don't remember what they did when they rebalanced all of the... No, I think they still scale with damage. They just scale less and then have like an additional thing that happens at rank 3 in an ability. See if this grabs him, because I am evolved ready, so I'm okay with taking a fight here. So it's kind of... Oh, it did grab him. I thought he was going to destroy it. Well, he's already kind of full. I guess we'll try to do this. Tank's my primary focus. That's another thing that I've been messing up with. I can't believe I didn't kill that sound spike right there. I haven't been going after my primary focus nearly as much as I should be. And so it's making it so I feel like I'm doing less damage because I'm not going for Hank and they have a shield and stuff like that. Because these really high defensive comps are what are giving me trouble. Right now I'm not really focusing too much on trying to get down penalties. I'm glad that grabbed Assault though, because that's a good amount of damage that I get to avoid. Gorgon's really good at this like mountain space control when you're up on a point and they try to come up to you to deal damage. All of her abilities are good with space control. Like that. I haven't gotten into a lot of situations with caves yet, but I'm sure she's really good in those as well. Please don't hit me, please don't hit me. That's pretty lucky, actually. Alright, so that was good. I'm going to be able to get, hopefully, a stage up without getting domed again, but I'm not sure if I wasted some traversals there or what, but it seems like I don't have quite as much distance as I'd like right now. I need to just get to I need to cut line of sight and just evolve here. Because their dome will be on cooldown. I like throwing those spiders near my evolve just in case someone pokes their head around right before I'm about to leave that stage up. So I'm going to take one into Mimic at least. I'm going to try 3 into Web Snare, see if I can use that as my core damage dealer. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, it makes it a lot easier to hit multiple hunters when you stage it up, but it doesn't deal that much damage, so... Still trying different things. That was kind of terrible. I only killed one of those Reapers. Oh god, I'm so bad. I just want to be full armor before I have to take this dome. Because it's definitely off cooldown now. Alright. Nice. This should be a decent opening for me then. There we go. Alright, that was Hank as well, so that's really good for me. He's gonna get back up almost instantly, probably. This Kyra. Yeah, I should not have used that there. I'm used to like spamming my abilities a little bit in fights again as the other monsters because I think Gorgon is one of the only ones that you have to be in a specific position to actually use it. Wow, that I don't know if he didn't leave because he's leaping on me right now. I was gonna say I wonder why that spider didn't do better there. Yeah, it's gonna die instantly. I don't know. Mimic seems like it's very specific in the situations that you can use it. Griffin's probably gonna harpoon me again here. I guess not. I'm still doing okay, I'm ahead. Well, I'd be ahead if I was playing other monsters, but I think my Gorgon's kind of terrible. That last one was good because I caught Hank out and I was able to get him to half before the other team showed up. The rest of the team. Gorgon is really good at avoiding damage, I've noticed, especially if you get a dome where you want it, where you have like an obstacle that you can play around and use your spider traps and other zoning stuff. That's one thing that Mimic's really good for, is if someone pokes around a corner into your Mimic, they can deal a lot of damage, but Mimic almost feels a little bit more defensive than an offensive ability. So they're going both ways right here. I didn't hit that. It's also kind of easy to dodge, seems like. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the space control though. It's super good. Alright, I think we have Parnell right now. Yeah, he just used his shield. Now as soon as that's about to pop, I can kind of come over here because the entire team followed in. So they all have to run around, place their jetpacks to follow me again. I think this would be really good. Alright, good. I probably... Ooh, never mind. I was about to say I probably won't take any damage in this dome, but then that orbital hit me. Dome should be down now. I just have to get out of here without taking too much damage. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Unfortunately, I'm not evolve ready, and I didn't get anything done in that fight, and I just took a little bit more damage, so that was not a good fight for me. I'm interested if any of you guys who play Gorgon have a lot of success with Mimic, like in silver games or above. If you do and like can see what I'm doing wrong, I'll take advice. Alright, so this is gonna be possibly game ending for me. I have half armor, I just really need to get out of this without taking more than half of my life's worth of damage. And I'll still have a chance. I still think taking a dome is probably better than not taking one. Oh, that's gonna really hurt. Oh my god, that's really bad. This is a really good dome for them as well. I don't have any obstacles that I can use to like force the hunters to get close enough to me. Like, you can see that every corner in this dome is visible from the other side of the dome, so they can spread out really nicely and still be able to shoot me wherever I am. Yeah, I'm taking way too much damage here. You can see, like, they're way over there still dealing damage to me, and all I'm trying to do is avoid the assault, so that was a really good dome by them at a really bad time for me. It's not over, and now it is. Oh my god. I pressed spacebar just as I saw that orbital come down and I went right into it. That was really good by the hangar, though. Really, really good. I started off really good this game. I don't think I'm gonna win this, though. One of them disconnected. I don't think it's gonna matter though. Gorgon's kind of similar to Wraith. Well, actually, if they chase me too much, that might be what I need. Yeah, Gorgon's kind of similar to Wraith in that once you take a good amount of your health damage, it's kind of hard to win, I think. I don't want to make these statements, like, for sure, because I've only played 2 games. I think, you know what else I'm doing wrong? I'm using my acid spray before my web too much. I don't know why I'm doing that. I think it's because I'm getting into like a Goliath mentality where you would use Flame Breath before you used Rock Throw, because you'd finish them off with Rock Throw, so I'm not used to it. Actually, I think that's why. I think every single monster in the game, you use your other abilities before the number 1 ability. Like Lightning Strike, Rock Throw, even Warp Blast sometimes. Because they're usually your burst damage dealers. Alright, well I got out of that without taking damage, but I'm stage 3, so that shouldn't really be my goal anymore. I think that also the skill ceiling for Gorgon might be higher than the other monsters, because of the fact that you can use 3 of your abilities while traversing. Like, you could say that Kraken can do that as well, but Kraken kind of floats there. It's still pretty easy to hit him when he's flying. But like, imagine if Goliath could like throw rocks when he was leaping or something. Because while he's actually in the leap, it's pretty hard to hit him. It's when he's standing there like smashing at you that you can actually deal some damage to him. So I'm wondering if, you know, at some point you're going to be able to like use kind of hit and run tactics to get him low and then come in for the kill. That's something that'll take quite a bit of practice. Can you not climb on this thing? So I guess they're going to just keep chasing me. Yeah, see, you get too far away, and Mimic's useless, so you're too close, and Mimic's useless. You have to be, like, the correct distance away for it to work. Alright, well, the spider did grab him. It's not gonna do a whole lot. I was hoping because that was an amazing orbital again. I was hoping because he was so close to me, and, like, Assault was out of the fight, that I could use Mimic there. Alright, I got it that time. But that's like 1 in like 6 that I'm actually dealing damage to Mimic. This might be game over here. I'm okay with losing these games. I need to learn more than to win. So I think in the next couple of games I might even go back to AI and see what I can use for my main damage dealer if not Mimic. Because initially I was like, that burst on Mimic is amazing, like Mimic's going to be the best ability ever. And then I used it against even AI and I was like, well, it kind of dies pretty quickly. It's either it dies too quickly or it is too far away. Because your life bar is the same as your like duration bar, if that makes sense. So when you take damage, you have less time that you're able to be in the Mimic form to get close to them. So even if they're a medium distance away and they don't deal as much damage because you're, you know, moving or whatever, and they're not aimed at you, you could take enough where you explode prematurely anyway. So yeah, I don't see myself winning this. I have half a bar of health. I don't think Gorgon can do that, especially against a defensive comp. I think this is the best way. I haven't played against Gorgon yet, but from playing Gorgon, I think the easiest way to deal with her is to slowly whittle her down over a match with a defensive comp. Like, you should be okay with doing less damage to Gorgon than you would any other monster, simply because of the fact that she doesn't get a lot more downing potential. Is that a buff? I could possibly get that Tyrant buff, if that's what that was. It looked like it might have been. You can kind of tell in the eyes when they're really white. But yeah, she doesn't get that much more downing potential at stage 3. She just gets a larger radius. They missed their dome. I don't know why they're still chasing me. They could easily go back to relay, and they would be fine. Thinking about how this game started and where it is now, I have no idea how I got here. I'm gonna have to rewatch this video probably. So what I'm trying to do now is actually race them back. They went all the way up into that corner. They're still following me, so I'm gonna try to race them, but they're close enough, I think. This is something I've done with Goliath from time to time, because Goliath can traverse the map so quickly with like 3 leaps. I think Gorgon would be pretty good at it as well, because of the space control. You can kind of control them coming into the relay all at once if you make them rush. But that didn't really work for me. I don't want to get domed inside of there. Actually, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. But what I'm going to do now is circle back up towards that Tyrant, I think. I only have 2 minutes, so I'm not going to get the full regen. If I had a little bit more time, and I knew that tyrant was up there before, I would have done the same play, because right now they're probably thinking I can't go back up to that tyrant, and they didn't kill it because I didn't hear it, so this is like a really good play in terms of like moving around the map and stuff, and like controlling the hunter's positions when they do something like this. If you know where a buff is and they're like following you and you think you probably can't get to it, do something like this where you can rush the relay from a corner of the map, and then it forces them to be like, hey, he's actually stage 3, he could win, like this is a win condition, and then you can come back and take the buff freely. And if it's something like this tyrant buff, it could be game changing if I was able to get a full regen, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I only have 1 minute, so I think it's still, if you get put into combat, that you will not regen. And it's half the duration that it was when the game released as well, so it's not as big of a deal. But it could still give me, I think it's like 2 bars of health. If I were able to just like let it heal me, but I'm gonna have to fight pretty soon. Alright, so what did I learn so far? I learned that I want to try a couple games without Mimic, and possibly go into the AI and see what damage, like how I need to deal damage. I think the main issue I'm having is I need to web before I use acid spray, because they're not staying in the acid spray as much. What I've noticed, like even more so, is that direct damage, like if you spray acid onto someone, does not deal that much damage. It's them standing in it, the damage over time effect. That is really important. Where are they hitting me from? That was weird. It seemed like they were back over here, based on the arrow, but I guess they were just standing up somewhere over there. Yeah. Right. I want to be full armor before I take this fight, just to give myself every chance that I can. It's similar to what I used to do with Goliath. I used to not take rock throw on Goliath because I like to keep him very mobile, and the standing still of rock throw I never liked. And so I think I need to get back in that mentality to play Gorgon properly. It's like break line of sight when you don't have cooldowns, come back in when you have cooldowns and like use all of them, maybe slap them 1 or 2 times, then get away again. And do that even inside of domes. I really want to. I don't know what the damage done on this power relay is, but I'm trying to give myself every chance to win that I can. Alright, it's time to face my demise. We'll go after the correct target, but yeah, I'm almost dead already. It's getting a decent amount of damage without even using Mimic though. I think I could probably easily get down penalties without Mimic, so I'll just have to get better with those abilities, but that's gonna be it. We'll just throw a Mimic out. Alright. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.